Big Boys Exhaust, Stage 3 exhaust tips, 02 to 07 Hayabusa, 08 to 2013 Hayabusa. We have both on shelf, ready to ship. Shipping's normally 2 to 3 days, some places possibly 5 days. We're here to give you an explanation of why Stage 3 Hayabusa exhaust tips are being known as the baddest of the land right here of Hayabusa shorty tips. What we do with Stage 3 is we produce a lot of back pressure versus other shorty tips on the market. They're just throwing either a Sanderson baffle inside, which don't work well. Those work good on cars, but they don't have enough back pressure for a motorcycle. Some people are throwing a little single washer inside, nowhere near enough back pressure. Bikes nowadays need a lot of back pressure. You don't have enough back pressure, you're going to run lean, possibly burn up your motor. You'll definitely know if you don't have enough back pressure. You're hearing a lot of popping going on after deacceleration. We're known as being as good as Yoshi, Muzzy, Brock, Hot Bodies, any of those companies right there. Why? Because we're putting a lot of baffle system and resonator system in our exhaust. Any good exhaust system or market that's selling high quality exhaust knows you got to put a lot of baffle inside to slow down the air getting out of that motor, and some type of resonator system or some type of fiberglass packing to slow the air down and make a lot of quality. Let's give you a little instance of why Big Boys Exhaust is on the top of the list. Big Boys uses 2 baffles and a race resonator inside. First baffle's inside in the bottom, second baffle's on the top. We can see inside we have a steel mesh race resonator. I'm not sure if you can see that. We don't use fiberglass in our exhaust tips, only because fiberglass likes to blow out eventually, and we've had a couple of customers at 200 miles an hour blow out the exhaust. Now we realize that's why they make fiberglass repacking kits. So we use a steel mesh race resonator. This way a lot of air gets captured in that race resonator, the steel. It's able to swirl up a lot of the air and create more back pressure, deeper, more nasty sound. These are not going to be obnoxious, but they're going to be plenty loud for the cars to hear, especially in that blind spot. I'll give you an explanation of why we were able to produce such great back pressure and able to trick the Hayabusa into thinking there's been no exhaust change. What we've done is, since there's a baffle on the bottom down here, there's a baffle on the top and the steel mesh race resonator. Let's give you the explanation of why. Once the air enters the first chamber and hits the first baffle, what that's going to do is it's going to mimic your old mid pipe. Once the air enters the second chamber, hits the second baffle, and also the steel mesh race resonator, that's going to mimic your old exhaust can. So what we've done here is completely mimicked what was on the Hayabusa before. So there's no power commander needed with exhaust tips of this quality. We use very thick steel. This is not an AutoZone tip. I don't know if we can take a good look at that. Thick steel. It's like 6 thousandths thick steel. AutoZone tip is like a 3 thousandths thick. The thicker the steel we use, the deeper the sound. Also, using that insert that we custom build ourselves, goes all the way from the bottom all the way to the top. It's an insert we build. We slide it inside. We use a grade 8 bolt, grade 8 lock washer inside, and a grade 8 washer on the outside. Grade 8 nuts on the inside also. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Triple chrome plated. Chrome never comes off. Chrome never changes colors. The inside will never ever blow out. If you blow an inside off this out, you send that exhaust tip back to us and we'll send you out a brand new tip. There'd be no problem with that at all. The only reason why we say that is because we never have any that blow out. We use NHRA approved clamps, National Hot Rod Association clamps. Take a look at that. Nice expensive clamps we put on there. 7/16 nut we use. A lot of quality. If you'd like to hear a video of Stage 3 exhaust tips, just go into your YouTube account, push in Stage 3, that's STAGE 3, the number 3, exhaust tips. You'll see a 750 GSXR with a single tip on there. That'll show you how deep and nasty the sound is we produce out of our tips. So we're here to say that I think we're as good as any company out there. For $195, free shipping anywhere in the U.S., you can get a pair of these on your bike. All those other companies, Yoshi, Muzzy, Brock, they're charging an astronomical amount, $600 to $1,200, and what you're paying for their $400,000 of advertising a year they're doing in their magazines. We don't have that $400,000 in advertising, so we're able to actually sell a quality exhaust tip for $195 with free shipping. BigBoysExhaust.com. That's BIGBOYZ exhaust.com. So just here to say, we might have some haters out there that say, oh man, you're not as good as Yoshi, Muzzy, Brock. But I'm here to tell you, any good exhaust company knows if you want your bike to run good and correct, you don't want it to run lean, you put a lot of baffle system inside. You put a resonator inside, and then you got an excellent running tip. We've been in business for over 10 years. We've never burned up a motor. We've never grenaded a motor. We've perfected the exhaust tip for the Hayabusa. We also have exhaust tips for Kawasaki ZX14s, 06, 07, 08, 09, and so on. Yamahas, Hondas. You just get a hold of us, tell us what size your flange is on your header, and we can custom make one. There's no extra charge for that. We can also make these in ceramic black. Spray them with a 2,000 degree heat paint, ceramic black coat. Cook them in the oven at 400 degrees and sticks on for life. So just here to show you, Big Boys Exhaust has really got their act together. Very proud of that company. Very pleased with the exhaust tips. So again, not to bore you, but I just want to make sure you all know, we're able to mimic your old exhaust system on your Hayabusa with no power commander, no larger injectors, no running your bike clean, no worrying. These are just plug and play. Slide them on your header flange, clamp them down tight. You're going to want to clamp them down tight enough to where they make sure that there's no wiggle back and forth. There's wiggling back and forth. We're going to want to clamp down a little tighter till there's absolutely no wiggle in that system right there. You're going to want to start your bike up, let it run to about 200 degrees. Let it cool off. Only due to metal likes to expand and contract, we're going to want to go after that clamp again and just see if we can get another turn, another half turn out of that clamp. Due to the serious back pressure that we produce, there's been a couple of customers that blew their tips off. So we want to make sure that the clamp is on there tight. We want to make sure that you clamp it on tight. We are not responsible for clamping those down. You're responsible for clamping everything. So you guys are going to get a left and right exhaust tip, $195, free shipping. Best price on the planet right there. I'm an innovator at this. Anybody you see on eBay has tried to be a copycat. They've never even come close. BigBoysExhaust.com. If you need to call, 727-482-0868. Big Boys Exhaust. You can place your order in. We take credit cards over the phone, or you can go straight to our website, BigBoysExhaust.com. We're all set up with PayPal, so you're set right there. Everybody gets their exhaust tips. PayPal is a very safe setup right there. You don't get your exhaust tips, you get your money back. All of our pipes are shipped out ASAP quick, though. You order on Monday, most of the times all the tips show up by Friday, so you're ready for the weekend. Alright, my Hayabusa world and my crotch rocket world. Hope you enjoyed this video. Just here to explain to you